Yeah, I'm just not. I know we're on the BeLive page. I know we're on YouTube. I'm not necessarily sure that we're on the original post. We'll see anyway.
We'll see.
Yeah. I love the fact, I mean, somebody suggested there should be music to accompany the clock. And I think that's a choice you've got to make, because some people will like music, some people won't.
Right. Now
So,
we're talking. Can people hear us?
oh, yeah.
Oh, hello, everyone.
But they'll see us in a moment, then they'll know who we are. Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, and welcome to the monthly show that Caren and I do. Hello, Caren.
Hello, Steven. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I just try and put our names up on screen, both of them. Then,
in case we forget who we are.
Well, in case we forget, that's pretty good. To everybody who's watching us, thank you. This is, as I say, the monthly broadcast that Caren and I do, and we got together again talking about Facebook, and I think that's where we start off, don't we?
Right.
Yeah, because you know what it feels like when I say hello to Corinda.
Hi, Corinda.
Hi, nice to see you. We know what it feels like. We know that we're doing our darndest to actually get an audience, increase reach, and doing everything right. And then along comes Facebook. Do you want to take it from there?
Well, you know, Facebook Facebook does what Facebook does, and you know things keep changing, and unfortunately, I think we talked about this last time. We're not given a heads up, and so we only find out after it happens. I.e., for those of you who are watching and haven't heard this, Facebook used to be able to grab the embed code, meaning geek talk here, guys, the code that you could put on your website or somewhere else so that people could watch it on the site. Yeah. Well, Facebook has now changed that. You can't take the embed post anymore put it on your site. It's cracking. You have to then do a workaround and get a plug-in and change your site, which means that what used to be pretty simple is no longer simple anymore. And I was saying this to you before, Steven, don't put our eggs all in one basket. For those of you who are saying, I'm on Facebook and that's all I'm going to do, don't pick something else in addition to Facebook.
Yeah, wherever you're streaming from, do broadcast to at least 2 destinations. Exactly. I think it's an insurance policy.
Yeah.
Because we've both, we know we're not alone in this, that the reach on Facebook is going down it's just disappearing. And no matter what you do, I mean, you can try your hardest. We can't promote the video in advance because there is no video.
Right.
As you just said, we can't embed it because there's no embed code. We can't share it because if we share it, we're creating chaos. If we share that first post and we share it to our own timeline, or we share it to somebody else's timeline, or we share it in a group,
right?
As soon as we go live, when people go to see it, they didn't know where to go. It's a dead end.
Exactly, it's a dead end.
And it's a deader end when we finish the broadcast because it says this show is finished.
Right.
And people are thinking, well, what do I do next?
And that's always the challenge. We know that our viewers, we know that people generally don't know what to do next unless we tell them. And we can't tell them in this case because it's completely, the show is over. It's done. But there's a hack. We're hacking this, and this is why we're doing also on YouTube, right? This is why we're streaming on YouTube as well.
Yeah, I mean, when it says this broadcast has ended, which is true, it has. Well, nobody's going to argue with that. There is a little watch now button at the bottom right. Sometimes it's not consistent, unfortunately, but if you press the watch now button, it may just take you to the video, but it's one extra step for people to take. And if they see this broadcast is finished, then the natural thing is to say, okay, and move on.
And the other challenge is we were talking about earlier is for those of us who put ads or boost our shows afterwards, the reach has gone way down. So it no longer is a good idea to even boost a show that was live. It's no longer a good idea to do that. It doesn't make sense. I think Facebook is not wanting us to do that. And so what I'm finding myself doing is downloading the quality video right from BeLive. Hey, Mick, and take that HD version. And then instead, I'm actually streaming to YouTube. I'm streaming to YouTube with the intention as I take that video, upload it to Facebook, and then if I want to do some advertising, and then if I want to do some sharing, because now it comes from just one link, and it's not confusing, and you can now tell people what to do.
Yeah. So the most direct workaround, as Caren suggested, is just to broadcast to YouTube, download the YouTube, upload it to Facebook, and start from there. Because we don't want to confuse. Well, we're confused, so confusing other people is not an option, is it? So YouTube, and over to Mick. And Mick is saying, thank you for joining us. Thanks for your advice a few weeks back about a free Facebook library to put on my videos. Okay.
But I would also put them other places too, because again, we never know what Facebook is going to do or not do. So find another place to put them as well. Upload them into your Google Drive or to your Dropbox or Vimeo or somewhere else, so that just in case, and it's going to happen. I mean, that's just in case you're going to lose all your products. You're going to lose all your videos if Facebook decides they don't want to play games or play nice anymore.
Yeah. Fortunately, if you're broadcasting on BeLive, your third option, and I'm guessing that's Fonz. I'm hoping that's Fonz, or it's Brigetti, or it's one of the BeLive in 5 teams. So if you could sort of tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, there are lots of options out there. Okay. So there are lots of options, and things the option that I'm encouraging people to do is something that you have control over, right? Something you have control over but even that, Mick, if so you're using iMovie and you put them on YouTube and then you change the music, that's all great and that's all good. What we're saying right now is, though, we don't own YouTube, we don't own Facebook, and when you depend on them as a storage facility, anything can happen. I'm saying the third option, and that is a thumb drive. Exactly. Anywhere. Just put them somewhere so that you can grab them again. Totally agree.
I mean, Vimeo is a great place to actually store videos. Certain amount you can store for free, and then you're paying, but you are getting a site which is secure. You're getting a site that nobody's going to take down, that you're in control of, that you can organize and promote. I mean, there are some great facilities on Vimeo. Right. Speaking of which, they released a new facility today. It is a screen recorder. And basically, it's a Chrome extension. So you install it in Chrome, and then you click the icon that appears in your tray, and you then can record the screen. And you can record a Chrome tab, you can record your desktop, you can make instructional videos using it, and it's free. That's the best thing about it. It is free. So if you go across to vimeo.com, you'll find a new free screen recorder. Now, in the old days, before today, we used to get the video and download it from BeLive or from YouTube, and then we used to it was difficult. Now, with the Vimeo screen recorder, you can record it, and when it finishes, it's on your Vimeo account.
Interesting. Yeah. Or repurpose that. We can use repurpose.io. We can use that as well. And I happen to use that. At the end of my show, it automatically takes the show and brings it over to my Google Drive. Right. Just at Amazon. Yes, that's another good choice. Amazon S3. S3, yeah. Do you download from Facebook or I actually download from BeLive. It is a better quality video. That's my personal thing. I think it's better quality. What do you think?
BeLive is HD always, consistently, whereas in terms of Facebook, it starts out at 720, then it goes downhill.
Right.
And the longer it sits there, they degrade the video, because they've got to have so much storage to take all the video we've been creating,
Right.
that the video gets degraded. And if you download it a month after you've done it, then the quality is just not usable. Well, let's put it this way: you wouldn't watch it, so you can't expect anybody else to. And that's
Exactly.
a corporate decision taken, which makes it difficult. So
Right.
thank you for the question, Peter.
Great question. And here's the thing. I mean, we do have another depository that our videos are being saved in, obviously, in BeLive. It's in our dashboard. Those videos are there. But for the same reason, if something crashes, something goes down, and I have no expectation that that's going to happen, again, put them somewhere that you have a little bit more control in being able to grab them just in case. Just in case.
Totally agree. Totally agree. And the comments are coming in thick and fast. So over to Mick again. Nice to meet you, Mick. And another option is OBS. Yeah, right, okay. So I just missed one comment. So I caught up. Okay. Again, if you've got questions, then please do ask. And if you put a question mark at the end, it'll get quicker attention. Because I don't, well, now another site that I found very interesting, again, an alternative, is a site called onestream.live.
Yes.
Yeah, onestream.live is based in Finland, and they have created a system which is darn good. I mean, I first came across it because what I wanted to do was download the video and then upload it to several sites at the same time. Yeah.
Right.
So you the video, you've got the copy of it, you just upload it to onestream.live and you say, right, I want to go everywhere and everywhere. And I mean, you can go to everywhere you like.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. It was an AppSumo deal. I got that when AppSumo was doing it.
I did. I got it too at the same time. But the thing I noticed today, unless it's a recent thing, is that we can now stream live from there. So
really?
It's included. So if you've got OBS or vMix or XSplit Broadcaster, you can actually send the signal into OneStream Live, and it will send the same signal out to as many different places again. So 8 different places in my case. So you can go live because you've already got the account. Yeah, you can go live for free if it's just you on screen using onestream.live. And I tested it yesterday and I got viewers on Periscope. Now, when you get viewers on Periscope, you know something's right. Yeah, so, and the quality is good. I mean, you can go up to 1080, 720, 1080. Wow. And it just worked. I was blown away by it. So again, I'm going to be using that for one-offs. I think the main use will be insofar as we want to increase the audience, is just to go live an hour before the main broadcast and just broadcast for 10 minutes across 8 to 10 channels and just get the message out. We're live in an hour, we're live in 50 minutes and reach a different audience. And then hopefully, but I think that something you said earlier, we bring them back to YouTube, not to Facebook.
Yeah, truly, because truly. Good question. Which ones do you stream to, Steven?
I currently stream my main shows, because I'm on BeLive, are to Facebook and to YouTube. When I'm on restream.io, then we broadcast to those two and to Twitch and Periscope and probably 2 or 3 more, and to several different places on Facebook. So we're probably going, we've got an alternate thing. Marco goes live one Wednesday, I go live the next Wednesday, and then we swap over, visit each other's houses. And that goes out to 10 different destinations using restream.io. So that's the busman's holiday bit. I'm not on BeLive, I'm on restream.io. And restream.io setup has improved so much since they started back in April, that you can now have 10 people on screen, you can play video, you can screen share, and you can go out to 10 destinations. Got so many choices, haven't we?
There are so many choices. And if you're like me, who has bright, shiny objects, and oh, look, there's something new, and I go buy it, and then I forget I have it. And
Yeah, we both have the same mind on that one. So which platform do you stream to mainly?
Yeah, me too. YouTube, Facebook. But at this point, I really am adjusting what I'm doing. And I said, I am going to be specifically streaming to YouTube at this point. And I think that that is where we are all going. I think that, at least for now, who knows 6 months from now, what's going to happen with Google and, everything else. But Google's the #1 search engine, and videos are the first thing that shows up in searches. And YouTube is owned by Google, and YouTube is the second biggest search engine. So it only goes to show that if somebody's searching for what you are offering and it's on YouTube and you have optimized it correctly and you put keywords in there and done everything you're supposed to do, your video is going to show up sooner than somebody else's video that's not on YouTube. It's just the algorithms.
Totally. And the difference is on Facebook, you've got to sign in to watch a video on Facebook.
Right.
On YouTube, you don't.
No.
Yeah. So people can, as Caren said, people can be searching for something and go straight to your video.
Right.
Without logging in anywhere.
Right.
The only time they would need to log in is if they wanted to comment.
Correct.
Right. Now, with everything that's going on, right, so that's that question. Okay, so over to Peter again. A guy downloaded my singing last night and compressed it and enhanced it. What a difference.
Interesting.
Yeah, he must have caught it quickly, Peter. Right after you finish your performance, probably. Yeah, good. Okay, but you should start singing on YouTube, Peter. That's the thing. Why stop at Facebook? I try YouTube as well.
Try YouTube as well.
And Mick is saying if you use iMovie, you can load them to photos and they save in the cloud.
Right, and that's a good idea, Mick. Again, that's another place to put it where you're not going to have a challenge that if Facebook makes a change or somebody else makes a change, you know that you can go grab it out of the cloud. Yeah,
which is great, brilliant way to do it.
Yeah.
Right. If you've got any more questions, then please do ask. We did have a script, but we've thrown that out the window, and we'll carry on talking about whatever you want to talk about. Because this type of show works well. This is what live video is about. It's about talking to each other and listening. Right. And we enjoy your comments and your questions, and just keep them coming. If we don't know the answer, then we can find somebody who does. And next time we're live, we'll address it.
Gonna make something up. You mean we can't just make something up if we don't know the answer? Oh, darn.
No.
Which YouTube account do I need to subscribe to? Well, I would love you to subscribe to mine. Just go search for Caren Glasser and go search for Steven Healey. And we would love for you to subscribe and let us know. And we'll go subscribe to yours as well. This is, again, you're going to subscribe. The reason why you want people to subscribe to your channel is that every time you go live, they get and they've clicked that little notification thing, they get a notification that you're going live.
And this is the thing about YouTube. When YouTube say we will send out a notification to your subscribers, they do it.
They really do it.
They don't think about doing it. They don't do it sometimes. They do it all the time. So every subscriber will get a notification that you're going live, and you can either come and watch you live or can come and get the recording. So it's basically, it's a system that works. Okay.
It's a vape show. Oh, I'm interested. I'm very interested, Nick. What you don't know is that I used to run a cannabis company. So I'm very much interested. I will, oops, and there goes Steven. I don't know if Steven's still here, but we'll chat. Definitely I'll check it out. Make sure you put your link in there somewhere in the comments, and I'll go subscribe to you as well over there. I think the message for everyone is that technology changes every second, every minute, every day, every hour. It's always changing, and staying on top of it and trying to figure out where you go next and what to do next That's why I know the political, I click the note. Yeah. Well, that's the other thing with YouTube. So on YouTube, you can, if you have a show that's going to be premiering or you're streaming live there's a button to say, get a reminder. But on top of that, YouTube, if you're a subscription, they'll send it out anyways, regardless of whether your viewer clicked the button for get a reminder. So they really cover all the bases, which is really great. You know, they do make sure that anybody that really likes what you're doing, they're going to get a notice, which is good.
And the basic thing is that your viewership is not just limited to your subscribers. As Caren said earlier, it's people coming in from Google, YouTube search, and the magic ingredient is, you know, when you go to a YouTube page and you're watching the video and just you start watching and start listening, as you scroll down the page, you've got suggested videos. Now, those suggested videos are where people should go next. Okay, people go to YouTube to watch video. They don't go to surf. They go to watch video. So if you can make sure that some of your videos appear in that list that they're scrolling down, then they're going to watch more of your videos. If you, as Caren said earlier, get the SEO right, and then people will find you. The other thing you can do is, and you should do it, is you can attach cards to each of your videos, which link to other videos. So when people click, I'm going to get this wrong, when people click top right, somewhere in there, they're going to list of up to 5 videos that you want them to go and watch.
Right.
Yeah?
Or it's a choice. So I do an end card on the end of all of my videos. I actually have a subscription button in the video, as well as I put a playlist in my videos. So at the end of the video, it just goes to the playlist that if they want, that goes to, they can click on it or subscribe. Again, tell them what to do, tell them what to do, tell them what to do, because otherwise they won't know. And the other thing is looking down in the description, tell them what you want them to do. So after they've been, or they're watching the show or they're listening to the show, make sure your description has your call to action so that they know where to go afterwards. And I'm going to give you a trick right now that will almost 100% make sure that the next video that shows up is one of yours. Would you like to hear the trick? Because that really is a challenge. The way the algorithms work on YouTube is they go, gee, this person was interested in watching this video. What's the common denominator? Let's go find some other videos that have to do with this particular topic. So if you haven't done what I'm going to tell you right now, there's a really good chance that they're going to send you somewhere else. And so you did all that work to get people to come in to watch your video, and then they're off somewhere else because you didn't do a couple of things. You didn't keyword it. You didn't put them in playlists. You didn't do any of that. The other thing is this: in the keywords, not the hashtags, but in the keywords, when you upload a video and you're optimizing it in the keywords, this is what I want you to do. Create a made up word. A word that is completely fake. It does not mean anything. Nobody else has it. In my case, my word is passion spelled backwards, and that is noisap. What do I do with that? I take that word that doesn't mean anything. It only means something to me, and I hide it in my keywords. I put it in the second position on my keywords. Now talk about the algorithm with YouTube. YouTube then says, gee, I wonder what the common denominator is. Well, I don't know. This word seems, it's a different, I don't know what this word is. And guess what YouTube does? It finds other videos that has that word in it. And if you've done that and you've been consistent, your videos will keep popping up for your viewer that you worked really hard to get them to come watch your video, and you want them to stay. Great tip.
Indeed, I agree. That's a brilliant tip. Okay, I'm now on YouTube with you, and I'm subscribed. I've been watching you since BeLive, Steven.
Awesome.
Very kind of you. I'm going to show something on screen. No, I won't. Let's just say I've got 2 vapes in front of me. So I'll make a connection after the show. And over to Wesley, and Wesley is saying, I'm doing the new mind map. You and me both. Yeah, mind maps are great, fantastic. I love mind maps for actually just emptying your head, getting your ideas down on what used to be paper, but actually on mind mapping software. And it's just emptying your head. You've got to do it occasionally. Uh, and I've got a new piece of software this week, which is called Smart Task, and I'm using that to keep my memory.
I use Trello. I use Trello to do all my.
Yeah, I've got Trello is absolutely brilliant. Okay, and if we were to search for ZXCVBNM, there's a boring video with massive.
So, gee, I wonder why. I wonder what they have in there. I wonder how they keyed it. I wonder how they did a lot of things. You know, this is probably way too much geek knowledge, but when you are optimizing, make sure that what you put in the description is actually something you talked about in the video, because Google does not like you to just stuff keywords in there, hoping that, you know, somebody that's looking for something that's not in your video is going to end up on your video, and they do not like that. So that's just another thing. Make sure your title, your description, your keywords all are in sync with each other and has something to do with the video that you have recorded or gone live on.
I think our next episode should be about YouTube. What do you think, Caren?
I think absolutely.
Right. Okay. So on our next show, which will be in November, we'll be talking YouTube and learning from Caren, and I'll chip in too. But we'll put you on the right track as far as YouTube is concerned.
Yeah.
We're both of the mind that YouTube is the place to be. Facebook have shot themselves in the foot one too many times, and to get an audience and to keep an audience, YouTube seems to be the best bet. Today. Well, yeah, I mean, we know, I mean, basically, I mean, we went over to Twitch for a while. It seems eons ago now.
Right.
But we didn't sort of fit in. Well, I know I didn't fit in.
I didn't fit in either.
It was like the Wild West. It was well, it wasn't a pleasant experience some of the time. Right, because it's for gamers. I mean, it's a gamer site, and
right.
That's fair.
My son loves it. My 35-year-old son, he loves it. He loves Twitch. Me, not so much.
Yeah, so there's always going to be somewhere we can go, and I think we're both of the same mind that YouTube is the place to go at the moment. And if Facebook ever get their act together again, which I'm sure they will, because if Caren and I are saying the problems we're having, and we've been totally honest with no axe to grind, it's just what's happening on a daily basis, then surely the people who provide the software that we use are actually talking to Facebook too. And if they become unhappy, imagine Zoom becoming unhappy with Facebook. That would be a conversation to actually sit in on. But it's affecting everybody. It's not just affecting you or us. It's everybody. It's indiscriminate. It's not personal. And one day you can have a good audience. Well, you've always got a good audience, but a good number of people in the audience. Then the next day, you're doing exactly the same thing. It's panned.
It's the unknown. It's the Wild West right now.
It is. It is. Caren, would you like to close the show? Oh, I missed a comment. Just
next month. What is next month? That's the bottom line. Oh, is that X? Oh, it is ZXCVB. Oh my goodness. That's why it is. Okay. I'm going to have to go check out that video now on YouTube. I think the message, and if you would like me to close it out, is you want to be ready to pivot, because things are constantly changing. And it's not, know that you're not alone. Know that it's not just changing for you, it's changing for everyone. And so if you go into this with the mindset that something that worked yesterday may not work today, and it may not work tomorrow, be ready to pivot. Where do you have to go next? For those of us who do this for a living, I mean, I live stream for a living. Steven, you live stream for your video. This is what we do. For us, when something doesn't work, it's actually our livelihood. It's what we do. And so we are always getting ready to pivot. We are always ready to pivot. I'm sure, Steven, it's the same thing with you. We know that, oh, this is ready to go. Let's just go in a different direction. And I think be ready to pivot, and especially in this day and age and this time,
I'm just going to read this out. I'm really enjoying this great stream.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.